Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about immunity, your friend. This is one of the most interesting topics in biology. Just imagine someone who doesn't even know how the enemies are. They're fighting, they're making their vaccines and fighting against them. That's what immunity do. Immunity basically makes antigens which can, help you to overcome that disease or that. Yeah. So let's talk about what is immunity, like the basic question, right? So the ability of host to fight the disease causing organisms, pathogens, right? Immunity try to kills them. Conferred by immune system, it's called immunity. Conferred here is title. That's right. You got immunity, you got a friend. Right, so types of immunity or your friend immunity, it's innate and acquired. Now, innate is nothing but non-specific type of self-defense which is present at the time of birth. So it's non-specific type of self-defense which is present at the time of birth, like when how kids get immunity, which is through their there are different ways. Yeah, we'll talk about it. And acquired immunity is pathogen specific. It depends on the kind of pathogen which is there. So that's, yeah. So innate immunity has physical barriers, physiological barriers, cellular barriers, and cytokine. This one here is the most interesting one. It's the most interesting topic because there's a question of corona which can be asked in this. This is mainly about viruses. So let's talk about physical barriers, right? Now physical barriers is like our skin, right? Skin. That's what maintains the main barrier which prevents entry of microorganisms. Now, so it's mucus coating of the epithelium lining, the respiratory gastrointestinal, and that's you. Okay, my handwriting is too good, I know it. Genital, urogenetical tracts. Now, that's all about physical barriers. The basic thing you need to understand is what is physical barrier. Anything which is stopping viruses, the entry of viruses, microorganisms, any of those kind of things through physical means. For example, skin is a physical mean. Now I won't get, okay, my hands are too big. Yeah, so I won't get like, it's kind of like a coated layer which is preventing these viruses to get inside, and that's physical, right? Now let's talk about physiological. I'm going to talk about physiological over here. Now, acid in stomach, saliva in mouth, tears from eyes, they all prevent microbial growth, right? They don't let microorganisms grow, because like microorganisms, in order for them to grow, they need like a moist and dry place, and this is not getting dry, this is not dry, and that is not dry. That's why they can't grow. Right, so let's talk about the cellular barriers. But before that, let's one thing about physiological ones. That physiological is anything which is due to the change in hormones or because of maybe release of certain things like saliva, right? Saliva does not let it go. That's physiological. That's not physical, it's physiological. So we're talking about the cellular barriers here. So there are certain types of leukocytes, which is WBCs, like in WBCs, like PMNL, neutrophils, monocytes, natural killers, and there are also macrophages in tissues, and that can destroy microbes. So they again kill microbes. They don't let them grow, they just kill them. Right? Yeah, that's all about cellulose. Cellulose is basically anything which is because of the cell, right? The prevention because of the cell, that's cellulose. Now we're going to move on to my favorite topic and the most interesting one, which we can even talk about corona here, is cytokine barriers. Let's talk about cytokine barriers now. Right, so cytokine barriers, virus infected cells, that looks like, I know that doesn't look like a cell, but yeah, secretes proteins called interferons. That's like a really cool protein. It's like cool protein. Yeah, it's like a really cool protein which protects cell from further viral infection. Now just imagine that this is virus and it attacks a cell. Yeah, so the cell has all the things which it contains. Now when they bind together, they release proteins, interferons. They are basically your temporary vaccine, or not exactly vaccine. It's going to be a temporary immunity to fight against the virus. Now the question about when I spoke about coronavirus, right? The big question is, why can't we produce and inject interferons to the patient, right? So for example, if the patient has 10 viruses inside it, and it will eventually give out 10 interferons, why can't we produce these interferons and have more? For example, now if we have 11 over 10, of course 11 is going to beat 10, right? So why can't we produce these interferons in the lab and send it to them? These are not vaccines, these are immunity, and it's already there in the victim's body. So why can't we produce it more, or why can't we create a medicine which can produce immunity, which can produce interferons, like more interferons of the virus? Like the way virus multiplies, what if interferons could multiply, right? That's the big question about coronavirus, and I'll leave that up to you how you're going to solve it. And with that, we're going to complete the innate immunity today, and let's see if we do the acquired immunity afterwards. See ya guys, bye bye.